think also another way in which for me when it comes to and when I speak on individuality in the marriage, when you are married or if you're someone that's living with a significant other, um y'all's world is so intertwined until you may hear people say, oh, they've lost who they are. They don't know who they are anymore. They feel like they don't have their own identity anymore.
Greetings and welcome to Tea Vybz Tribe Podcast. My name is Amaru and this is my amazing wife, Shana.
Thank you, sweetness. And we are Our Essence of Serenity. And again, okay, I'm gonna be serious. I had a vision in my head. Okay,
just keep it going. Just
okay.
Look.
So just okay. Again, welcome to Our Essence of Serenity, and this is our Tea Vybz Tribe Podcast, where we like to sip tea and invite you to the table to have conversations with us. Would you like to tell them? Oh, you don't know. I didn't even tell
I was literally about to say.
I realized that when I said it.
I was like, fam, you gonna have to do that one.
Usually my husband introduces the tea, but I forgot to tell him what we're sipping on today. So this is actually a tea that will help you to breathe better, which is something that'll be very beneficial for people going into the cooler months. So we'll be sure to list. It's actually a herbal tea blend. So we'll make sure that we list either just the name of the tea and the benefits may be listed here, but down in the description we'll have all of the herbs that have been utilized to make this concoction. So with that being said and that out the way, did you want to tell them what the topic will be about, or did you want me to just keep it going?
Keep it going.
Alrighty. So today we're going to be hitting on the topic of ways in which we've been able to maintain our individuality within our marriage, and then ways in which at times it's been a struggle. For those of you who don't know, we have been married for 7 years, and together, August we made 9 years. Been that looked painful.
Nah, I was like, yeah, 9 years. I said that with appreciation, because most relationships don't make it that long.
Yeah.
So, let alone marriages. So
yeah.
So 7 married,
9 together total. So so I think we have enough years behind us to kind of hit on the subject of being able to maintain your individuality, and then also struggles that we may continue to face or that we have faced. So did you want to start off?
Yeah,
that I can get a sip of my tea. Oh, before we go, very quickly, my tea is actually, we have something that if you all are new to our videos, if you watched our podcast videos in the past, we have sponsored products, holistic products in our videos, and this is actually something that we will be putting out very soon. You'll also be able to get it off of our website, which is listed down below. But this is diatomaceous earth. I'm not saying earth. Well, it's diatomaceous earth, but we call it life. That'll be the name of our product. So if you want to look into that, but that is something that we will be adding to the collection, and that's what I have mixed in my tea, which is why my tea look a little bit murky, but it doesn't change the taste of the tea. That's the good thing about this product. But my apologies, sweetness.
No worries at all. So, like she was saying earlier, as far as not being able to put yourself in a situation to where you're losing yourself, but while at the same time being connected with an individual that has, influence over you, or just simply having a strong connection with. I believe usually in the beginning of any relationship, that's the most crucial, because we tend to show our best qualities or qualities that really don't exist, but are more so appealing. No, seriously, because you know how they say first impressions of everything.
Yeah.
So you could be stunting and you ain't
That's
even,
not even
that ain't
you.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
there's
still
so
at
many
the
things,
house.
you know.
You didn't send what they call it, your representative out on the first date.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you riding the Bentley, you got it from Enterprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing, not necessarily doing too much, but you're showcasing yourself in a way that's already based off a false narrative.
Yeah.
And I believe that's like the worst approach you can do when it comes to a relationship like ours that's serious. Now, if it's one thing, if y'all just kicking it, and if it comes out, it comes out. It is what it is. But you don't want to be deceptive. You don't want to be basing that beginning season, I should say, in that relationship based off of betrayal, lying about who you truly are just to get a person's time or just to get their attention or just to even just get with them. So I believe at the beginning that's very, very crucial when it comes to just being honest and transparent and hoping that when you do come across that person that deserves that amount of you being open, you won't feel vulnerable and you can just express yourself honestly. And hopefully that person will see that and resonate with it.
I agree. I feel like one of the ways in which it's been pretty easy. I won't say that at times, which is something that I'll eventually hit on in this video, that it hasn't been a struggle at times. But for the most part, it's been pretty easy for me because I'm very comfortable with you. And I think that's another thing that's important when it comes to being able to maintain your individuality. And like my husband said, as far as you being comfortable being yourself, is that you're with someone who, I guess, shares in that space of you being comfortable being who you are. And with that, you don't feel the need to be someone else or feel like you have to go out your way to impress the person that you're with. I feel like also, I know you hit on like if it's somebody that, you know, it's not something serious. So I guess you can kind of, what's like you said, kind of be more reserved. I guess that's what you meant. I guess it's also important with that also to be yourself as well, because you don't want to mislead that person. Sometimes if you're already putting on, I guess, an act of who you are for that person, and say, you know, it's just somebody that like my husband said, that you just want to kick it with, then you may find yourself, because you're not being yourself, you're doing and saying things to appease that person that can be misleading and make them think that, oh, okay, so this is something more than what it is. But like I said, I think for me, in our marriage is just being comfortable with who I am, being comfortable with my husband, also seeing it as what I feel like I lack when it comes to who I am as a person, that, you know, I've noticed that it's something that my husband has ample amount of, and vice versa. So not feeling like I have to, even like, for instance, like with our workouts, how we work out together. My husband is my personal trainer. So, of course, there are certain things that he can do that I'm not there yet. And he will tell you, I don't feel the need to be like, okay, let me compete with you and try to do something that I know that I physically can't. And sometimes it can be something that you emotionally can't do, depending on what it is. So just more so, like they say, I don't know if they still use this saying, but, you know, staying in your lane is another way when it comes to being able to maintain your individuality.
Going off, there's a couple of things that you said that I wanted to touch on, like with the working out. When we go out there, I always strive for her to find the passion within why she keeps going back out there, which something we mentioned in some previous episodes, as far as her having that drive to keep going. I commend her for not wanting to, because a lot of people, you know, that I've even worked out with, they'll try
spirit.
they'll try to compete, and it's like, I don't want you to try to do what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a minute, you know, and I do it in a way to where I'm constantly challenging myself, because I don't want to keep doing something that my body's used to. I'm not going to get any results. I'm not going to get any gains from that. But when I see my wife or those that I actually work with as long as you're doing your best, that's all that truly matters, because you'll see progress. Like the more you keep pushing, the more you realize that what you weren't able to do maybe 2 weeks ago, you can now do effortlessly. It just depends on that drive, depends on your hydration, making sure that you're actually able to take your body to those certain extents. But yeah, I'm very, very proud of you when it comes to that.
Thank you, handsome. Thank you.
And that was another thing that you mentioned earlier, as far as like how you were saying, like, we're talking about misleading. It could be dangerous, because what if that person falls in love with that image?
Who they think you are.
Who they think you are, right? And then it comes out that you're not even that person. And you've already set the tone of something that could be very toxic. It could be very, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be very cautious when it comes to how they may react to something like that. Because now there's like, well, you playing with my emotions, you playing with my feelings. And they could have had a past relationship that, put them in a particular place to where it's like, I promised myself that I wouldn't take myself there. I promised myself that I wouldn't open myself up like that. And you've done that. So now she feels as if she has to seek revenge or seek some sort of justification to make you feel the pain that you've endured upon them. So yeah, it's crazy on how just being real is so important, even if it's hard. Communicating, letting them know, like, look, there's just certain aspects of myself that I'm not ready to share yet, or there's certain things that I want to bring you to my world with, but it's just going to take time.
And I think also another way in which, for me, when it comes to, and when I speak on individuality in a marriage, when you are married, or if you're someone that's living with a significant other, y'all's world is so intertwined until you may hear people say, oh, they've lost who they are. They don't know who they are anymore. They feel like they don't have their own identity anymore. For me, I know one of the things is taking time for myself. That's a very key when it comes to discovering yourself, keeping up with who you are, meaning like reminding yourself of who you are, the things that you like, the things that you enjoy, the things that you don't like. That's something that's very important for me. And then some days, we may be so busy until I may not get but maybe 20, 30 minutes before I go to bed to have that time to myself. But even in that, I like to, even if it's just sitting with my own thoughts, or like I said, just doing something that I enjoy. When you're married, there's a lot of stuff that you do together, and it may be something that one spouse may enjoy more than the other, but that spouse is bringing the other one who may not have as much passion about it as them, but they're bringing them into their world. And it shouldn't be a thing of them trying to force it on you, but this is just something that they enjoy. And, they're not trying to recruit you into it, but just trying to enjoy that with you. So, a lot of times when it comes to marriage, that's something that is, I guess, included in the marriage, but also making sure that you on the other end, that you're introducing your spouse to certain things that you like and that you enjoy. And it's not so much to try to push those things off on them, but just to kind of bring them into your world. And then that also being a way of you continuing to be able to maintain your own identity, your own individuality. So, just making sure that you have your hobbies, your me time, discovering more about what you're passionate about. So
that balance.
What's some ways in which, what's some things that you implement that you feel like have been beneficial when it comes to you maintaining your individuality in our marriage?
Just staying active. Like you touch on a lot on how it's crazy the type of energy that I have. Like I can go 4 hours off of sleep and thrive and do things that would most people will probably be exhausting after a certain point. So I just find it interesting to be able to make time, because sometimes we allow time to confine us and conform us and forcing us and pressuring us to, okay, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, and I let it float.
Yeah.
Now there are times where I may forget something, but it's not something that I don't sweat it. I know it's going to get done, especially if it's something serious at home and whatnot, something we've talked about. I make sure that I put that at the top priority of the list. But I navigate life in a way to where it's like I appreciate the time that I have, that I create to be able to handle things in a way that I know is going to be efficient and it's going to get done. So that's one aspect of myself that I incorporate with who I am, as far as being able to multitask and do all those things.
Now, let me ask you more specific, I guess for men, and it being something that, regardless of their beliefs or whatever the case, is something that they could implement that can be beneficial for them. It's like how I mentioned, as far as making sure that you're engaging in your hobbies, getting to know yourself, and that can be for men and women. But for, I guess, women, I'll say, like, I won't speak for all women, but you know how they say women are more, we like to talk, we like to express ourselves, whereas men, not saying all men, but men are more so known to be more reserved. What would you suggest to a man that's like, hey, I have a family, I'm a provider, but I'm also trying to implement things that can allow me to be able to still have my own individual identity, aside from being a spouse, aside from being a father? Like, what would you suggest? Like some things that they can do.
That they could do. I see what you're saying. I would tell them what brings them happiness. And not just happiness, but what's something that they truly enjoy doing that allows them to express themselves freely without having to feel any type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Any type of obligation, because a lot of times we'll do certain things and it's like, okay, I enjoy this, but I'm still obligated to a certain extent to where I gotta keep myself at a particular mindset.
Yeah, stay in daddy mode.
Husband mode. And sometimes you gotta find, like, I know a lot of dudes, they like sports. I'm not a big sports person. If anything, I like MMA. I get into that, but that's one of my outlets. So as far as a lot of the stuff is rigged when it comes to these professional fights, but at the same time, because I love the art of fighting, I can see like how a person could have done this or what I would have done in this scenario. So that's something I truly enjoy, because it's like I can really just kick back and just be me, just be happy, be in the midst of something that I enjoy. So for any man out there, find that thing that you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hobby, but just something that you had prior to getting in the relationship, something that you used to dedicate a lot of time towards. If you find yourself losing grips with that, make time for that, because that's a part of who you are. It's something that you were into, and it's something that shouldn't have to be taken away, because of, certain situations that you're involved in.
Certain titles that you now have attached to who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
We hope that you're enjoying this content. Now let's hear a word from our sponsors. Our sponsors for today are Zenful Vibes, a holistic aspect of Our Essence of Serenity. In today's product, we will be presenting the Elixir. This is a natural concoction that consists of a vast amount of earthly properties infused with both healing and rejuvenating the cellular structure of our unique anatomy. With the assistance of the ancestors and holistic dedication, it is confidently assured to aid and produce miraculous results. This natural compound has been supercharged with high vibrational energy to provide healing properties as far as eliminating pain. This should only be applied as external use only. It should not be taken orally. There are two variations of this elixir. You have the regular, which consists of mimosa bark, arnica, bee oil, and peppermint oil. And then you have the premium, which is more profound, more potent, and more powerful, which consists of everything of the regular, but it also contains snake oil. The type of mimosa utilized in this elixir is from a root tree bark, and it is good for cellular regeneration, It treats wounds, burns, and alleviates pain. The bee oil more so treats arthritis, inflammation. It assists in skin care, assists in backaches, and joint pain. The arnica treats bruises, swelling, broken bones, sprains, healing wounds, muscle aches, joint pain, insect bites. Also good for inflammation, as well as superficial phlebitis. And for those who desire the premium, the snake oil is good for pain relief. It reduces inflammation. It's also good for skin care and muscle aches. For more information about this product, please visit our website, ouressenceofserenity.net, under the tab Zenful Vibes Holistic Products.
And we're back.
So let me ask you, what is something that prior to me you had no interest in, but now that we're together and you see how much I enjoy it and you want to be a part of that, what is something that you've indulged in that you actually like?
I would say within the past 6 months working out.
Okay.
I may not enjoy it when you are telling me, hey, do this workout, give me so many sets of this. I may not enjoy that, but I can say whereas prior there was no motivation to do it whatsoever. And I used to tell you, like, he would work out consistently. And once again, maintaining your own identity, I did not allow that to make me feel like I had to, because with me, it have to come from a place of me having a drive to do so. Yeah. But working out, even with UFC, I started getting into that with him when we were dating. What else? What else? I would have to say,
anime.
Yeah, even enjoying watching certain anime. It's something else that I'm forgetting. I never was the type. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy going to the movies, but I never was the type that would go a lot, and we go a lot, and I've actually come to enjoy that. What else? I feel like it's so trying different things. When it comes to, like, you've introduced me to a lot of things that are more so on the holistic side. So I'll get into moments where it's like I'm trying this and that, or I want to try this new all natural soap or this new all natural product. So that being something that was exciting for me, even when we cut out all meat for like years. Yeah. I think holidays and every now and then I would eat chicken, but even now we don't do red meat, and that's not something I thought that I would ever just cut out of my diet.
No swine.
No pork, no red meat. So just being open to new things.
And I just want to say, I mean, if you look at how amazing this woman looks, I mean,
like,
this is
like
all natural.
All natural, just
all
a
natural.
little lip
no
gloss,
makeup,
a little bit of mascara. When you start naming off a bunch of stuff, just a little here, a little that. I got a little nose job. Now I'm just. When you say, she's all natural, then right. I start naming off all the stuff I didn't have surgically done. No, but I mean, that's the case. And one thing I have to say is that even with me, I try to drink water as much as I can. But even with that, like, I feel like even when I don't, I feel like certain things that you put me on to when it comes to more of a natural approach, it's benefited my skin.
Yeah, she takes her water everywhere. So, yeah, she drinks water, a lot of water, rather, every single day. So I'm very proud of her.
And what about you? What do you feel like?
We love comedy, so there are certain things that she'll show me, like with hair tutorials, something I would never ever get into prior to her.
The ladies in the natural community, he knows what type 4 hair is,
right?
And type 3.
4C and all that, bro. I had no idea that type of stuff.
Look, and he know how to spot a lace wig.
That part, because a lot of brothers get real fooled because it be looking legit. So, that aspect, even when I was growing out my hair, she put me on to taking the time, taking the patience to actually do your hair right and twisting these each braid instead of trying to do
So
it in
more
bulks.
so like the self-care
The
aspect.
self-care, that's definitely something that I've incorporated in my life, that I've always been a person to take care of myself. Like you said, I'm very, very active, but there are other ways, men, that we can really take care of ourselves. So that being one aspect is, if you grow your hair, make sure you take care of your hair, wash your hair enough and whatnot, because it is a representation of your essence. It's an extension of your energy. So you definitely don't want to have stagnant energy in there, because that will take a toll on you, especially if you have a lot of hair. Because that's one thing that I learned, because when I did cut it off, it was based off of rites of passage. So I realized that there was a lot of emotions, a lot of things from my past that was cultivated in my hair that I had to rid myself of. So, but yeah, that definitely being an aspect as far as being more mindful.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see what, I know there's something else that's key that you put me on.
I feel like you're more open to certain shows.
Yeah.
That I'll watch
True.
that I can't see you watching.
True.
By
yeah,
yourself.
my baby, she loves documentaries, so
But even like, I would say more so like with our shows, like I don't know if you want me to say it, but sisters.
Facts. Yeah. So let's talk about it, bro.
I feel like you're more open.
Even before sisters, she put me on the girlfriends.
Right.
And ain't no way in hell you'd have caught me watching that show.
I gotta hurry up and get home
you know
with my girlfriend.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you hear that, it's like, okay, that's for women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be, I can't wait what Joan or whatever her name was, what she gonna be doing next week type thing. No, I'm serious. Like,
the way you said it, whatever her name is.
What I'm saying is, I only can really remember the name because of how much I enjoy watching the show. Because, like I said, prior to her, you wouldn't have caught me watching no girlfriend.
You said how much I like Joan.
But
that's
it's
why
funny.
I remember the name.
Nah, I wasn't into Joan.
Oh, which one was you into? You said that like I just named off the wrong one. Well, at this time, we would like to invite you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell to be notified when we drop content. Also, if you're already subscribed to us, just make sure that you have the notification bell set to where you can be notified anytime we drop content. We have been more consistent with posting on YouTube as well as Instagram and TikTok, so make sure that you follow us on there. But we want to make sure that, everyone that subscribed to us is able to be notified when we post stuff. Also, make sure that you're subscribed, because every month we post the energy read for the month, which can kind of give you an idea of what's to come, what to prepare for. Also, make sure that you like this video, comment. Make sure that you share this video, because you never know who this message or who may be interested in this topic and who the universe would like this to be shared with, and you don't want to get in the way of them receiving this message. Also, make sure, like I said, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Be sure to check out our website, which is Our Essence of Serenity.net, which is where we make high vibrational handcrafted jewelry. We also write blogs. Why is my finger doing? We also write blogs. We also sell merchandise on there. Also, check out our Zenful Vibes Holistic line, which is where you will see the sponsored product in this video. What else? I feel like I'm missing something as always. That's it. We do so much, so it's like I'm trying to make sure I hit on everything.
Thank you.
Oh, also make sure y'all check out our playlist. We've organized the playlist to whereas you can go and you can binge on all of our previous podcast episodes. Also, you can you'll be able to see the monthly predictions videos, so you can go back and watch those. And also want to go ahead and let them know so they can prepare in advance for the Halloween special that we're going to be doing.
As far as you want to be carving pumpkins?
Yeah, so if that's something that, okay, you want me to just, okay. So every Thursday is when we typically post our podcast episode for the week. And so our, the one for October 31st will be a Thursday. So that one will actually be posted on Halloween. So we will be dressing up in a costume. And we will have many pumpkins that we will be decorating, and also just telling y'all certain we could say creepy stories, but actually supernatural things that have actually happened with us, I guess, in the whole vibe of Halloween. That's something that we'll be doing. So make sure that you tune into that episode. And if you would like to dress up with us, have your favorite tea, or we may mix it up. Do you want to keep it? We'll give y'all a heads up if we're going to be mixing it up or if we're going to keep the tea for Halloween. And get you a pumpkin if you like to decorate with us and just kind of hear about certain things that we've encountered when it comes to our spiritual path and before we even knew we were on a spiritual path. So that's pretty much it. Is there anything you want to add?
Still about smashing the pumpkins.
Is there anything else you would like to add, Nasty?
Yeah, I just said it. No, that's it.
We have gotten off topic with this video, both of us, but I hope that you all have gotten something from this. It's very important for you to make sure that you are able to maintain your identity when it comes to whether you are a spouse, and this is even for people that may not be married but you're dating, or you're not dating but you're single. Now is a good time for you to get to know yourself. And also, if you're a parent, just make sure that you're implementing things that will allow you to be able to discover more and more who you are and be able to maintain that identity. So until next time, you all take care. And what do they need to do, sweetness?
Y'all stay lifted.